まずはカカロット大ポケットやくだらんファイナルパニック砲ラッシュどうしたもうおしまいか
Alright, I know I gave this a lot of fanfare with the music and all, but this was easy. This was so incredibly easy. As you clearly saw, that was like my first try. It was literally my first try. I had done the other battles leading up to it and decided, hey, it'd be a fun video to see how hard Battle 50 actually is. So I started recording. And yeah, that was my first attempt. So real quick, for anyone who might be wondering why I chose the setup I chose instead of just going for all the red boost units. One, I ain't got EX Gogeta. Second, everyone here played a purpose. Now, I think the one glaring thing here is the fact that I brought Rage Trunks, who's not boosted at all. I could have at least switched him out for the Yellow God Vegeta, who is boosted. Well, he played a certain role. One, as you saw there, I let myself get hit. I wanted him to get hit so that he could buff up the rest of my team. I was not expecting God Goku to do that much damage, but there you go. It wasn't on cover cut, I guess, but Jesus Christ, I expected him to take maybe half, 60%, not 95. But whatever, all right? And then the other reason, which you'll actually see, well, you actually already saw, is the fact that when the enemy uses the Rising Rush, Trunks' sub count instantly goes away because it goes down by 10. So he was basically meant to do three things. One, buff up the allies by being hit. Two, cancel Vegeta's attribute upgrades at least once. That way I don't have to deal with this super overpowered Vegeta. And then three, be Rising Rush fodder. Once he's canceled Vegeta's attribute upgrades, he's pretty much useless. His buffs don't last forever, but they last long enough to finish out the battle. So that's why I brought Rage Trunks. He was more of a support here than anything else. And then the Transforming God Vegeta was specifically because of his card draw speed. His card draw speed allowed me to waste timer counts. And you'll see I'm not sidestepping with the blast cards here. That's just because I wanted my Vanish back. That way I wouldn't have to switch out immediately. But yeah, his card draw speed just basically allows me to waste timer counts so that I can bring Trunks or the Red Vegeta in whenever I want. So that was basically the strategy behind this. And then playing it, I realized, I mean, yeah, the strategy works, but this wasn't hard enough to warrant any form of strategy. Literally, just do the thing. Just bring the Red Vegeta and you win. Because after I saw how much damage the Red Vegeta took, which was like none, I'm like, just rush the God Vegeta, and then just bring Red Vegeta in there. Like, hell, if they didn't have so much health, I wouldn't have even needed the Rising Rush. The Rising Rush wasn't even because I didn't think I could win. It was just simply to get rid of some of that damn health. I knew it wouldn't kill. That wasn't the point. I just wanted some of that health gone. So it's like, yeah, I mean, it's a free 7-star unit. Okay, so I suppose on one hand, I probably shouldn't complain about a really easy to get free-to-play unit. But it's just like, I compare it to the other Rising battles, and it's just like, it took me damn near 100 tries, around 70 attempts to beat Battle 100 of the Rising Battle Vegito event. It didn't take me anywhere near as long to beat Broly or Ginyu Goku. Ginyu Goku was like try number 3, and Broly was like maybe try number 6 or 7. So, I mean, there's that little fact, but I would actually rather go through the hell of playing Vegito's event 70 times rather than beat this once while like halfway paying attention. Because you notice I also made plenty of mistakes in this because I wasn't interested. I was so bored. It's so easy and boring. So, I mean, if anyone is struggling with it because maybe they don't have the same units I have, or they're not high stars, or maybe they're just trying to use the boost units, if you want to, you can try this strategy. As you can see, it works. You just have to make sure Rage Trunks doesn't die too early because the CPU will likely use a rush on you, and Trunks needs to be the one to take that because he's the only one that's not boosted. You don't want your boosted units taking the rush, even though the Red Vegeta probably would live the rush. You still don't want it to happen as he has no real way of gaining any form of health restoration. So you definitely want to make sure that Trunks is the one that takes the rush, and he can just be that guy that gets beat up and raises your allies' damage. Simple as that, really. But I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm old school, right? I'm an old player, so I much prefer things to be harder. I remember the days of Red Vegito and Full Power Frieza, right? I beat Red Vegito and Full Power Frieza without the main boost units. I mean, yeah, I had Super Vegito for the Vegito event, but outside of Rising Rush, the purple Vegito was completely useless. He would literally get, if the Red Vegito poked purple Vegito, he just died. So he was only useful to Rising Rush Vegito, and then you'd have to try and keep your other 2 units alive so you can build another Rising Rush for his second health bar. Whereas with Full Power Frieza, I just straight up didn't have Namek Goku. I ended up having to, do some stupid strategies with that, exploiting the game to its to the 10th degree. It was hell. It was pure hell. But when I finally beat it, it felt good. It felt good to finally beat that bullshit event. Do I think events should be that hard? No, I don't think they should be that hard. I've always said that the Full Power Bojack event was probably the line in which they should go for. Mainly because the Full Power Bojack event, if you had Gohan, it was easy. If you didn't have Gohan, it was a struggle. But it wasn't impossible. You could still win. I mean, even with Gohan, it wasn't like you just enter the match and you win. You still actually had to try, which I appreciated. Like, it was this nice balance between really hard but not stupid. It wasn't unfair. That's what I'm getting at. It wasn't unfair. It was just hard. And since then, events have only gotten easier and easier and easier and easier to the point where, legitimately, if the CPU played properly, I could probably put this on autoplay and still win. And the CPU sucks. Your CPU sucks. So, I feel like this Rising battle just explains everything that's wrong with PvE. Not only did they shorten the Rising battle, but it's just repetitive. This was actually the first time I even needed to use a Rising Rush. Throughout all 49 other battles, I did not use my Rush once. I beat every single stage on my first try without losing a single character. All 50 battles, not one character on my side was defeated at any point. Trunks almost went down, but what? He still didn't. He still didn't go down. That's the stupid thing. The stupid thing. He's not even boosted, and he still didn't go down. I don't know. PvE, it could be so much more. They just don't care. They're just lazy. They're just like, here's an event, here's some free shit, fuck off. It's like, I kind of want to play the game, and I shouldn't be forced to play PvP. I understand that's a big part of your game, but PvE is so comically bad at this point that I feel forced into PvP simply because there's fuck all to do in PvE, and the few things there are to do is incredibly repetitive and boring. And, way too easy. So, I don't know. You can let me know what you guys think about the whole thing. I'm sure people have beaten this by the time this video goes out, so do let me know what teams you used to beat it. I'm sure everyone used the free Vegeta, but what other 2 units did you do? If you employed any sort of strategy in hopes that it might actually be hard and then realized your strategy was useless because it's incredibly easy, let me know what that strategy was. I don't know. It's just too easy. I guess if you enjoyed this video and agree with anything I said, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, hit that join button if you can. Really does help the channel out. All the links you could ever want in the description down below, and I will see all of you inmates back here at the asylum for the next video. Gotta admit, 7 stars looks nice, but I wish the event just let us get him to 14 and had all 100 battles. Would have made too much sense though. Peace.